This call may be recorded for quality and training purposes.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for calling into T-Mobile. All right, Peter, and thank you so much for verifying the last four of that social for me. I'm getting the account pulled up right now. And what can I help you with today?
I've been noticing that my internet speed is like really slow when I'm in like an area where there's a lot of people around, like a mall or any kind of area where there's like a lot of people. My internet speed slows down, and I'm like way below that 50 gig throttling limit. Except at the beginning of the month where I have like less than a gig into my plan for the month, and I'll be in a crowded area and my internet service is slowed down in crowded areas. And this is not just where I live. This is like everywhere. I mean, I'm like everywhere, and it happens everywhere. So
your internet speeds are getting real slow, basically.
No. My internet speed slows down to a crawl whenever I'm at like a really crowded location.
Okay.
It's not, once I get out of that crowd location, my internet speed is fine. There's no issues with it. But this happens all the time, I notice. I mean, it's not like, I'm at like one place and it happens just that place. It happens like that everywhere. So I don't know.
How long has this been going on?
This has been going on since maybe like 8 months or whatever.
Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate you calling in, Peter, about these data speeds. I'd be more than happy to take a look in the area, see what's going on, see if we can't get this issue resolved. But give me just a moment. Let me pull everything up here. And this has been going on for about 8 months, you said?
Yeah, like I said, it's not the area. I could be like 50 miles from where I am, where I live, and it still happens. So I'm just wondering, is this like T-Mobile's policy? I mean, is that the policy for now? Because I've been calling in sporadically, like, 8 months ago I called in about this issue, and I was being told, that shouldn't be happening. It's probably your phone that's the issue. And they tried resetting my lines a couple of times, and it never fixed it.
Right.
I called in like a couple months ago, and this lady was telling me, well, we're sorry about that. We're just working on, improving, putting more satellites up and improving the, improving infrastructure or whatever. That's why you're having that issue.
Right.
And then I called in a month later, and they're like, oh, you know what? It's because you're in a congested area. If you're in a congested area, it's going to slow down because like, if you're on a congested highway, it's going to slow down. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just the way it is. And that's not the first time. That's not like, I mean, I had this conversation with like 3 or 4 other T-Mobile reps, and they're telling me the same thing. It's like the highway. If it's a congested highway, there's nothing we can do about it. But the funny thing is, I've had you guys for like 12 years or whatever, and I've never actually experienced that issue up until like, 8 months ago, a year ago. I've never actually experienced that issue. So, and your plan says unlimited LTE 4G until like, until the 50 gigs where it gets throttled. It doesn't say, it doesn't say that, if you're in a crowded area, it's going to slow down to a crawl, but that's the way it's been going. So I don't know. I mean, that's a T-Mobile thing at this point, right? That's not my phone. I mean, I've had my phone reset, the line reset multiple times, and it never fixed the issue. So, like, what's the deal with it these days with that issue?
Well, I can tell you what's going on, and everybody who's spoken to is like partially there. They're almost there. They're telling you all except for the whole picture. So they've got a little. Basically, they've been putting together a puzzle without giving you the whole picture here. So it is a congested site, but you wouldn't be looking at data speeds about where you're looking at with that, right? Especially with the kind of usage on your line. When it's a congested area, when you're in the higher usage, you might experience some slowdowns, but you're not there, right?
What do you mean?
Like, if you had used 45, 50 gigs and you're in a congested area, then you would be experiencing slowdowns but not whenever you're at the 6-7 gigabyte use mark, right? Because you're the ones that they are prioritizing the other people for, so that you who are, using less data get a fair share. So there are new towers in the area, and let's see, let me zoom out. Let me see how many there are. So to your west, right on that stretch of land, like to the west of Long Beach, where you are.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about just Long Beach. I'm talking about like if I was like 20, 30 miles from there. I'm sure your cell towers don't go all the way out that far. So I'm talking about like 20 miles out, and I could be in a mall, and that internet service just slows down whenever I'm in that crowd area. So,
which area is the mall in?
Which area is the mall in? The mall could be in Massapequa, but I'm just talking in general, like everywhere, not just that area. I'm talking about like everywhere. I mean,
right.
I could be like in any area where there's like a huge mall or where there's like a huge parking lot of cars or a hotel or whatever. My internet slows down dramatically. So, and you're telling me that's not supposed to happen, or is that a new? Is that?
No, I'm saying that it's not just because it's congested. So, in all of New York, there have been all of New York, all the way down to like Jersey. There is a huge stretch of new towers. So, which is good news, except for over the past couple of months, they've been bringing down older towers to modernize them, basically get them up to date. So they've been putting up new towers, taking down old towers to modernize them. So you've had this stretch of back and forth for the past couple of months, past several months actually. Let me look, see how much longer we've got on here, because I want to make sure I can give you a timeline on when this should be resolved, because once they bring all these towers back up, you'll have like amazing speeds. Because on my map where it shows me like what towers are up, what towers are having issues, what towers are modernizing, you're looking at 70% of the towers are being updated. But let me look here.
Yeah, that's been like a year now, man. I know.
Oh yeah, it's been a work in progress for sure.
Yeah, but you guys don't tell people that. I mean, I've had so many reps tell me it's my phone that's the issue. I know it's not my phone that's the issue because I have like 3 lines with you guys, and it happens on all 3 lines.
Right.
But they'll still tell me to, let's see if we can refresh your line. I mean, how does that? It doesn't help. Like I called in yesterday. I was like, let me see if we can refresh your line. I mean, I'm telling them it's not the line. Even if you refresh it, it's going to still keep on happening.
Right.
Right. But you guys, that's not what.
So
I'm not complaining about you. I'm talking about.
Oh, I know.
In general. I mean, that's not. I mean, I've been complaining about this like 8-10 months ago, and and you guys keep on giving me the same runaround, but then recently you guys been telling me what's going on, and
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I want to make sure that you're aware of what's going on in your area and when to expect to see an update to where you don't have this problem anymore, right? The ultimate goal is to have data all the time, everywhere, without any slowdowns. So, let me see. It looks like your area is just a couple months away. Look at this. Because, it looks like you're just a couple months away. You've gotten through the rough part, and the towers are starting to come back online. Let's see. Yeah, so it looks like you're about 3 months away. from those data speeds starting to speed back up on you.
So you're telling me I've been having this issue for a whole entire year, and so basically I've been paying for service that I haven't actually been getting. Is what you're telling me, right?
Well, I mean, you're still in the high-speed data, but the thing about the range of data speeds, they're so wide on the speed of it. Like super fast 4G LTE is 90 megabytes per second.
No, I've been in these crowd areas, and my page just hangs on to that page. It'll say like 4G on top. It'll say LTE on top, right? So I'll get like 4 bars on top, but it'll just hang on that page. It'll just hang on that page. It'll be like ridiculously slow.
Right, but I'm saying that the difference in speeds between like slow 4G LTE and fast 4G LTE is a world of difference. So if you were getting data speeds upwards of like the 70 to 80 megabytes per second, and then all of a sudden you're in the 7 or 8 megabytes per second, which is still 4G LTE, you're going to notice a world of difference. So with all the modernization going on, you've probably been at the low end of that 4G LTE, and once those towers start coming back up, you're going to be going towards the high end.
But I mean, what I'm saying is that, so I've been paying for service that I really haven't been getting, right? Basically, you're saying I've been paying for service that I haven't actually been getting.
I mean, are there times whenever your data just does not work?
No. There's times where my data slows down to a point where I'd have to drive outside of that area where there's a crowd area to actually get it to work normally. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
And I noticed that when you guys got that T-Mobile One plan that came out, I'm just assuming you guys like expand a little bit too fast, and you guys didn't have the infrastructure. You guys didn't have the infrastructure to include all these other people you guys signed up or something like that, or the bandwidth. I don't know. But like I said, it was so bad that I called you guys up, and I was like, I've been with you guys for so long. I've actually never had this issue before, and it's been happening so often that I actually considered switching to another carrier. And that's how slow it got. It just got so slow. I was thinking maybe I should just switch over to another carrier because it was just the internet speed slowed down quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah, it slowed down quite a bit. So
let me look. Because I've seen that you've called in quite a few times about the data speeds on here.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what I call about actually. I mean, I use my phone for most of my internet usage.
Right, I do too.
That's what most people do anyway. They don't actually use the other features that much. Oh, texting, yes. But
no, I don't even have Wi-Fi in my house anymore.
Yeah. So, so I'm just kind of disappointed with T-Mobile because I've been calling in so many times, and all I get is like a bunch of runarounds and like, hey, it's your phone, and then a couple months later it got switched up to, hey, we're updating all the cell towers, and then a couple months, after that it's like, hey, it's just a normal part of, the whole bandwidth thing. If you're in a crowd area, you're going to get slowdowns. I mean, that's not part of, what I signed up for when I signed up with you guys. But,
well, we definitely don't want to lose you, but whatever is best for you is what's best for you. You know what I mean? And I can do anything. I would do anything that I can to make it better for you. But when it comes to a congested area where there's modernization going on, until that modernization is complete, there's not much I can do about the data speeds. Unfortunately, I wish I could.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish you guys were kind of honest about that, because it just scratching my head so much. Like last year, I had it was such a headache for me to call in and then spend like 15 minutes talking, and then nothing gets resolved, and then I got to call in again, and it happens like the next couple of days, and then it's like,
right. And that's why I just want to be upfront from the beginning, because it doesn't do me any good to give anyone the runaround, especially not myself, because then you call back and it makes me look like I'm not doing my job. So I don't want it to look like that. So
yeah, again, it's not you. It's just
I know, and it's frustrating. I understand.
Yeah. So. All right, so apparently there's nothing else I could do about this. I mean, resetting my line's not going to do anything, because I did that like 5 times already, and all 5 times it just never actually did anything to improve the situation. So
it would just be a waiting game at this point.
So those lines you guys putting up are like 5G lines, or are you just adding new towers?
They're adding towers, and they're updating the towers that we've got. So we bought, early last year, we bought all of the spectrum that the U.S. government was offering for sale so that we could upgrade everything to get towards a deeper bandwidth so that our coverage is better. And so they've been working on that nonstop for a year, which is why you're seeing all these new towers and all this modernization going on, which even though over the long term will be better for everyone, it's a little frustrating in the meantime because you're waiting on towers to get pulled down and pulled back up, and so your phone's kind of doing the loop-de-loop, making sure they're on the right tower, and that's just, it's been a little frustrating for a lot of people, but in the long run, it'll pay off.
Okay, but meanwhile, I'm paying for service that I'm not actually getting. You see what I mean, right?
I mean, yeah. You expect your data to work. I understand that.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's okay. So I called in to see if I could actually get that slowdown fixed, but apparently the news is it's not going to do anything. So I just gotta wait it out then.
Unfortunately, I wish I could give you a different answer to that. I promise I would.
Okay. All right, great. Good enough. All right, thank you.
Are there any other questions that you have, Peter?
No, that's it.
All right, well, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. I hope I gave you best customer service I possibly could, and I hope we get the issues resolved in your area really soon.
All right, thanks, man. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.